Today I'm going to teach you two unique ways to mend a hole in jeans. The first way is just a little zigzag. It's a nice decorative stitch and it looks great. The first thing you need to do is open up the side seam with a seam ripper. You need to go through all of the stitches. So you kind of create a lot of thread when you pull that open, and make sure that you don't open through top stitching. Then take some denim fabric or canvas fabric, anything that's thick and strong, and cut a rectangle that is about an inch wider on all sides, bigger than the hole. And if the fabric is worn out around the hole, then you need to make the patch even larger than that. You want it to be sewn onto the strong part of the fabric instead of the fabric that is worn out. Then you need to take some double-sided adhesive, anything that you can iron on, to the patch that will then fuse it onto the jeans. And I used just some lightweight double-sided adhesive. I cut a bunch of rectangles to fuse to the edges of the patch since I didn't want the adhesive to come through the hole. Then you need to fuse it to the patch and peel off the paper backing. Since I have four pieces of adhesive on each patch, it kind of takes a while to peel off. But then it leaves a hole in the middle that won't show through into your, come through in your stitching in your hole. Then you need to take your patch and place it on the back of the pants and fuse it on. Then you are going to put your pants into your sewing machine and you are going to sew a perimeter stitch 1/8 of an inch away from the edge all the way around each patch, and back stitch when you start and when you end. And this is a great way to strengthen the fabric around the hole, and so it won't rip out as quickly. Then you take your jeans and from the right side put in either white or tan stitching thread, anything that matches the top stitching of your jeans, and you are just going to do a zigzag back and forth across the hole in the jeans. But you're really doing a zigzag for looks and not for mending. It keeps that hole there, but it's covered in the back and it's strong because there's extra fabric. And since my jeans have both white and tan top stitching throughout the jeans, I decided to do a white zigzag and a tan zigzag. So I switched the thread in the middle, and the white shows up much better than the tan, but the tan looks great also. Sew the hole in the leg in the side seam closed and either serge or zigzag it, and then you can turn your pant leg right side out and you can see your fun new mended jeans with that cool zigzag look. Now I'm going to teach you how to cover the back of a hole without doing any stitching. So now we're going to do this one we're going to do some perimeter stitching, but we're not going to do mending over top. And this works for holes. If this is like too high on your thigh and you're uncomfortable with having a hole right here, then we can cover it up, but then it will still look like a hole. There will just be fabric inside. So we're going to cut a piece of fabric that is, about an inch bigger on all sides. Take some of this. We're going to put it on, but you don't want any in the middle, so we're just going to putting some around the outside. The thing you need to do is to go iron this on. After the adhesive is ironed on, you can peel off that paper backing, all four of those pieces, and then you can fuse that onto the back of the hole. So you want to place that section where there's no adhesive right over the hole so that none of the adhesive will show through to the front, especially since you want this mend to look like you didn't mend it. So I fused it on, and then I'm adding some pins. Since I used a lightweight adhesive, there's a chance that it get pulled off while I'm going to the sewing machine, so I just put a couple pins in to keep it secure. So you need to sew a perimeter stitch around the fabric 1/8 inch from the edge with a straight stitch and back stitch at the beginning and at the end. Then from the front, go and do a perimeter stitch around the hole. So you don't want to be sewing right on the edge of the hole, but you do want to be sewing, you know, about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch away from the hole to keep that fabric in place as close to the hole as you can without sewing into the hole. And sew your side seam shut and do a zigzag stitch or serge it, and you have covered the hole without doing any. There's some stitching, but it's not stitching that will show. It's invisible stitching. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day.